Do you remember I've been talking about posting recipes that are easy for lots of you, young people, expats, married couples, students, anyone who doesn't want to spend too much time in the kitchen yet you want a good meal. Now this recipe is also for people who are not from Pakistan. I'm going to be speaking in English, and if you want to make a Pakistani recipe, you need to start with this boneless chicken. These are the few ingredients I'm going to be using, as I'm keeping it simple. If you're new to Pakistani cooking, all you need is turmeric powder, red chili powder, Kashmiri red chili powder because it's less spicy, cumin and coriander powder, garam masala powder. Of course, you can buy the whole masalas as well, but this is good enough for beginners. Now, the difference between our neighbors and our food is that we use less masala, and we really mostly let the meat and the vegetable do its talking. So let me show you how this easy chicken is made. I'm going to use vegetable oil. You can use mustard oil, coconut oil. The best option would be desi ghee. I'm going to saute 1.5 sliced onion. Saute this till it's translucent. From translucent, I'm letting it turn light gold. Just make sure you stir it so it doesn't burn. At this point, I'm adding a teaspoon each of ginger and garlic. Stir this. My choice of masalas today is half a teaspoon each of coriander and cumin powder, quarter teaspoon of black pepper, half a teaspoon each of turmeric powder, red chili powder and Kashmiri red chili powder, about a teaspoon of salt. I'm going to season the oil with this masala. A quick stir, quarter cup water so that the onions and masala don't burn and the masala smell goes. By masala smell, I meant the raw smell of masalas. Cover and cook this so that the onions cook fast. And let's take a look if it's done. When you see this oil rising, you know it is nearly done. A tip for beginners is not to brown the onions too much, otherwise the curry will be a dark colored one. Add the chicken in, raise the fire and saute this, which is bhuno, on high heat. For the chicken curry to be good, the masala needs to go inside the chicken, and this is the only way it will happen. And the oil has risen, which means I'm going to be adding 2 or 3 chopped tomatoes. In Pakistani food, you can either add tomatoes or you can even add yogurt. I prefer tomatoes. The amount of tomatoes used is up to you. I like it to have more. I'm going to cover and cook this on medium fire. As with any cuisine in this world, everyone has their own style and way of making things. I just want to let you know that this is my way. And since this is a beginner-friendly recipe, I want to show you along the way what the chicken and the tomatoes should look like. Another pro tip from me is don't be in a hurry to dry this liquid up. Make sure that you cook it on medium, not too high. I'm going to constantly saute this, and this is what it should start looking like. Next up is a very important Pakistani ingredient, green chili. Green chilies will change the flavor for the better. Last sauteing bit. Half a cup to 1 cup of hot water to make gravy. Cover and cook this for one last time, just about 3 to 4 minutes. Chilies is going to release such an amazing flavor when covered and cooked. For me, no Pakistani curry is complete without fresh coriander. Just don't cover the coriander. Mix this and let it release its flavors. If you cover this with the coriander, then the coriander turns dark in color. I want this much gravy, so I'm going to turn the fire off now. If you've noticed, a lot of Pakistani food has slivers of ginger in it for garnishing. Ginger is an aromatic, and I think it works very well with our dishes. I'm adding some more fresh coriander for a renewed look. I like adding a little bit of lemon juice, finishing this off with a sprinkle of garam masala powder. I think this has turned out so good, and I'm so thrilled that you were here with me to watch the whole thing happen. You want to try this? Perfect. It's so good. I promise you that. Very good recipe. Even if you're not a beginner, follow this. I want you to send this recipe to anyone you think needs to learn how to make easy Pakistani food, especially if they're not Pakistani. This is where they can start. Thank you. Pakistani food is the best, and I think everyone should know how to cook it. Thank you for watching, guys.